Hi everyone, Lorene here from olivetreegenealogy.com. Let me see if I can turn this around. Today I wanted to take you outside with me onto my back deck while I harvest my herbs that I grow. See if I can manage. I'm using my husband's little tripod here. We'll see if I can get this turned around. Sorry. There we go. It's a very chilly day here in Ontario, and I need to get my herbs done before the frost comes. I like to hang them throughout the winter, and then I have nice fresh dry, well, I'll call them fresh, not store-bought herbs that have been drying for a few months, and then I can use them in my cooking. And some of you who know me know that I am the person who does the Olive Tree Genealogy website. Thank you for those hearts. That's great. Really appreciate it. If you want to give me hearts, double tap on your screen. Sorry if I shake. It's quite cold out here. Anyway, so I have the Olive Tree Genealogy website and blog, but I also really love to cook. And I have a cooking blog called Ollie's Yummy in Your Tummy.blogspot.com. And because I love to cook, I like to have fresh herbs. Now, because of my physical challenges, I can't garden the way most people do, you know, a nice big plot in the ground and you bend over or you crouch or kneel and you weed it constantly. I can't do that. So my husband set me up a sort of a second best, and I'll try to tap and show you what I got here. Oh, there we go. Little hard to see. But what my husband had to do for me was set up planter boxes on our back deck. I don't have too many this year, but you'd be surprised at how many herbs grow in these things. So I have all of these, and then I've got more down here. Very sunny here today, so hopefully I'm showing you what you need to see. So we'll just start back over here. I've got some thyme growing. Let's see if I can get it so it's not right in the sun. And this thyme is doing really well. Normally I have a lot more, but I told my husband just do one planter box because it just grows like crazy. And I'm going to be cutting that today. And then I've got rosemary, which is doing incredibly well. Thank you again for those hearts. Really appreciate it. The rosemary is just going crazy, so I have to get that cut and hung to dry. Now I have parsley. I never have very good luck with parsley. So I told my husband to take care of it this year, and you can see some of it starting to go yellow. There's still some good parsley there, so I'm going to probably cut that too, although again, I don't have a lot of good luck drying parsley. Sage, one of my absolute favorites. There is nothing nicer than a turkey at Thanksgiving or Christmas with a really nice sage dressing. Then over here I have a planter box of oregano. It's actually doing really well, and there's more there than what you might think just looking at it. And then I've got marjoram, which I call oregano's cousin. Very similar to oregano, but sweeter. A little sweeter flavor. So now for the test, can I set this up so that you can see what I'm doing? Let's see if we can. I had this figured out. Just give me a second here. You don't want to see the sky. Get it to turn. There we go. I think it's showing. I forgot to show you my equipment, but it's not a big deal. It's basically scissors. Clean them first. There's no need to sterilize them. Got my string for later. I'm not going to do this outside, but I'm just going to hang them this year with string on a really nice antique Mennonite drying rack that my husband moved for me. It was airplane going overhead here. It was in our mudroom, but it wasn't getting much use, so I asked him to move it, put it in the sunroom, and then I can hang my herbs from it. So basically all you do, this is a big tall one, little tall, cut down as low as you feel like, I have a nice green bowl. I just toss them in there. And that's pretty easy. You can cut a bunch at once, but you don't want to cut down too far. Don't cut the really short ones, but you don't want to cut too far because you could end up with the plant deciding it's not going to grow anymore. So I always keep my marjoram and my oregano in different bowls. Usually what I've done in the past is I'll put a bunch of herbs of one kind in the bowl, and then I'll put a paper towel over that and do the next kind of herbs. But I have to confess that marjoram and oregano are really similar in appearance. Now, I can tell them apart when they're fresh. I can tell them by the smell as well as the appearance. But once they dry, I can't tell those suckers apart. So I put them in separate bowls. And it's okay to take the flowers. You can cut them off. Some people just snip them off. Other people like to dry them too. Now, there's different ways of drying herbs. You can hang them. You know, you would put a whole bunch together. I'll kind of show you here. You would put a whole slew of them together. Just give me a sec to get a bunch. Upside down. I usually try to get them kind of the same lengths. And I probably would do a slightly bigger bundle than that. But put them together, you fasten string around, and you hang them somewhere where they're not in direct sunlight, but there's good air circulation, and it's dry. You can also put them inside paper bags. That's a lot of work though, because not only do you still have to bundle them, still put them upside down, you have to put holes in the paper bags so that there's good air circulation. Otherwise the herbs can go musty, mildewy I should say, excuse me. And of course you don't want that. That's absolutely no good. I don't like my paper bags either because I like to see them and I like to smell them. It takes them at least a month to dry, sometimes longer. And then once they're dry, you store them in a dark, dry, cool place in a nice jar. There's still other ways of drying herbs. Some herbs, not all of them, but some you can dry in a dehydrator. I don't like that method, but you can do it. It does work. Some you can dry in the oven on a very low setting if you're very careful. I'm going to get the thyme now, and because I'm going to put thyme, rosemary, and sage together, I have brought out some paper towels so I can separate them. Not because I don't know what they look like, but I just like to keep them separate. So I have to find somewhere to put my paper towel so it doesn't blow away. Actually, I'm going to leave the thyme for now, and I'm going to cut the rosemary. And that's a little easier, because I'm just going to cut them already in a big bunch. If I was really smart, I would be tying this with a string now. Now, some people like to wash their herbs. Some people like to wash their herbs before they hang them to dry. And yeah, that's a good idea, except you have to be really careful to dry them thoroughly, which sounds weird. Dry them thoroughly before you hang them to dry. You can use a salad spinner for that though. I'm not cutting everything today, but I'm cutting a lot of it because it is getting so cold here. And they're calling for frost soon. So there's, if you can see, there's my rosemary. So I'm going to put another little paper towel on top, and I'm going to cut the sage. Rosemary is so oily and so sticky. It's all over my hands now. And I should have cut it last, but oh well. So let's see if I can set this up. I probably can't set it so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll just leave it set like that and toss the sage in there. There's my sage coming. Sage is so amazing. I don't know if you cook with fresh herbs, but if you don't, you should try it. You might be really surprised at how much you like it. And the herbs are not that hard to grow. You know, and you can look online. Okay, slight technical problem. Hope I didn't break my husband's tripod here. Sorry about that. Let's get this going. There. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, you can look up online, you know, what kind of sun or shade they need, how much water, and just do your thing with them. I think I'm going to have to end this now because I kind of have a mess of a few herbs here on the deck. I'll just show you what the weather looks like here today. There's looking out over my backyard. We live on a hobby farm. It's 100 acres. So there, thank you for those hearts. So there's a lot of property, and we have animals. We have pigs. I should say my husband has pigs, and we had donkeys, but they're unfortunately both of them died in the last few years. We had sheep. We usually have birds, chickens, guinea fowl. Did I say turkeys, chickens, hens? Thank you. Those hearts are great. Anyway, I'm sorry about sort of, you know, I dropped a lot of stuff and this was a little bit of a shaky video. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this off in a minute, and I'm going to just collect everything on my own, and then when I'm ready to, thanks again, those hearts are great. When I'm ready to start clumping everything together and getting it ready to hang, then I'll do another video, and that will probably be a bit later today. So I hope I see everybody then. Oh, thank you for coming and joining me. I really appreciate that. I can't see who said thanks for sharing, but anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. And I'll talk to you in, oh, you're very welcome. I'll talk to you a bit later today. If you're around, come and watch me tie my herbs and hang them. Doesn't sound too exciting, but sometimes that's fun to do. Bye for now, everyone.